Texas?
Yeah.
So, and they saying 2025, California will be like that.
Mhm.
You know, you mess around and get that many people, voting. There's a good chance you can lose Texas and California.
Not
Those are big states as far as the electoral college is concerned.
So if you look at the ethos of those individuals identify with the Anglo-Saxon.
And this is Mexico.
Right.
Okay.
It is.
Yeah, okay.
They just come back to reclaim,
Yeah.
but they
Remember
identify.
the Alamo for real.
Yeah, that was Cinco de Mayo about.
That's the fear.
Yeah.
So what's the, okay, so he was confiscated, of course, apprehended by the police.
Mhm.
Why he didn't have one Nelly Band-Aid on his face? Why he didn't have one pluck of follicle hair out of his head? Like, he looked like he had been escorted out like a famous rapper or something like that. Like,
I guess you ain't heard Paul Mooney before.
oh, I love Paul
He
Mooney.
has the complexion for the protection and the connection.
Another connection.
So
That, but
that's
you
what
you just committed a terrorist. Basically, they call you them terrorists now, right?
Yeah,
When they,
that's it.
you know what I'm saying? You considered a terrorist, but you getting escorted around like you Lady Gaga.
Well, the dude that went in the church in South Carolina that killed them people, they going to Burger King.
Dylan Roof.
Yeah, Dylan Roof.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Kyle
remember that?
Rittenhouse.
Yeah, so I mean, this ain't nothing new. This stuff that happens, like I'm saying,
Right.
I could get mad about it. I'm already frustrated about it. I already got it. But
Mhm.
I understand it. And I understand some of this stuff is going to continue to happen because of who's running shit, who's in
Mhm.
charge of shit, who is
Mhm.
correcting shit.
And if you want to think about it like this, I always, when I hear stuff like this, I think about defense, right? So if we did want to have a paramilitary arm that was a part of our community that looked out for things of this
Mhm.
nature, it wouldn't be successful because we want to be impressive so much that it'll all be over social media. Like you said, he had a manifesto that was written on paper, and
Right.
people didn't know until it happened. Unfortunately, we let the left hand know what the right hand do.
Yeah.
So that.
But he knew when he had discussed it at school and they sent him to that mental hospital, they knew that he had a problem. Why did it get escalated? Why was he able to buy a gun, especially in New York?
Well, I mean, if you have a problem at school, when you go try to purchase a gun, ain't nobody gonna find out you go to the school. The school ain't, that shit is not in no public record nowhere when you're trying to
Mhm.
purchase a gun.
Yeah.
And people that selling guns are
that's
trying to
where
make
gun laws
money.
come in at. What
All
changes
right.
in gun laws need
Look.
to be made?
Whatever law
If you
you
can
make,
be
whether
18.
there's sports laws, government laws,
Mhm.
people gonna break the rules to get ahead. That's just the
Right.
reality of it.
Mhm.
So, once you know the laws, okay, now we know the law, let's try to figure out ways to get around the law.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what happens.
Like everything else, huh?
Yeah. Don't take steroids, but if you wanna extend your career another
Hello?
4 years with some good stats, you know what, I might take this needle. And that's what happens.
Somebody
That's
take this
reality.
deal and it is
That's
what it is, huh?
reality. I
I hear you.
might start growing a third ball, but you know what?
I got this
This
championship,
extra
goddammit.
36 million for 4 years, man. Hey, I can get it cut off, goddamn.
You stupid. I can't
Shit.
stand you.
That's the
On
reality
to
of
the
shit.
next. Oh, as a matter of fact, I need to give credit getting that information from CNN.com, you guys. On to the next story. This came from Yahoo News. This is about a Alabama correction officer,
Oh, man.
Miss Vicky White. You guys may have heard this story. 56 years old.
That's a-
She was wanted on a charge of permitting or felicitating the escape of an inmate, Casey White. And no, they're not related. They just happen to have the same last name. And they
She knew
both
that was
white.
love at first sight with that last name.
It was meant to be. You know what I'm saying? She got finesse.
I'm about to give up everything.
Fort Lauderdale County Detention Center in Florence. The escape happened on the same day, y'all. She was supposed to retire. Like
That's
the whole
some real
plot-
love for your.
Man, that's the
would
way
you-
to end
would you
your
do that?
career.
No, that's ride or die.
Man, who did you telling? Like, this is the same day she was to retire.
Who the hell
from
doing that?
The police
You
department.
ain't doing that. You
no,
doing
I'm
that?
not fit to end my career like that.
I
But
ain't
guess
doing
what?
that.
They froze her damn
I
pension.
love you, but you going to jail by yourself.
Man, she did this on the same day she was supposed to retire from the department, y'all. They had her pension on hold though. They put a hold on her damn pension. Man.
Go get a photo wide trailer and we're gonna go out there, Bill.
The plan was for them to leave the jail Friday morning to say he had a mental health evaluation in court. But they later found that there was no such evaluation, and you know, it was her part of her escape plan. Vicky was actually over the transportation to and from the county and back to lockup. That was her position there at the jail. They said that she was known as an outstanding employee. People called her a mother figure. They really looked up to her. They didn't realize though that she was in a love relationship with Casey White, who was 38 years old.
He must have been putting it down.
38 years old.
He must have had her squirting, goddamn.
Man, they finally comprehended the couple, y'all. They was at Motel 41 in a Cadillac.
Motel 41? What the
Off
hell?
of Route 41, right off the
oh.
highway. So if you're driving on 41, you can see that Cadillac parked in the freaking hotel parking lot. They had been under surveillance for several days. And the police was thought, fuck, we tired of just sitting here. Why ain't they on the run? Like, we thought they would go
Ain't that
somewhere.
crazy? You let this dude, you let him
That's
get two
what-
more good nights of good loving and let her get two more nights of good
Man.
loving before you. They don't. At least they didn't get the appearance that they was like renegades that was willing to shoot and go like Bonnie and Clyde or nothing like that. They just.
They was
on
sitting
that-
there chilling in the hotel room
that's
instead
all.
of just
And
going on the run.
They just sat there and watched them drink coffee.
Right.
Hey man, I'm about to run down this gas station and get some.
He
goddamn
probably made her a
nachos.
good spread.
Yeah. They probably watched them go to the store and
You
come
know what
back
I'm
with
saying?
some food.
They asked themselves like,
order
what?
pizza, and they ain't going. You know, they didn't think it was a good opportunity to go in there and the door's open right now.
They actually waited till they decided to leave the hotel room to follow them, and one of the
Oh,
cops
man.
decided they was gonna, smash and hit the car,
Yeah.
knock them off the road. They said that, the Vicky was in the car, she had a gun in her hand or whatever, and they walked up to her, and she had already had like a gunshot wound to her head. So I don't know if she called her. They saying that she committed suicide before she could be arrested. I don't know, but that's what they're saying, that she was dead, and they comprehended Casey and took him back to jail.
I think she did. Well, no, I don't think it was suicide because why was you trying to get away? But then again, you know what? I can't put my mind in the mind of somebody.
Because she already know what the
she's
consequence is. Yeah,
not just that. This is much deeper than that. She is already crazy. I can't relate to crazy. So
Yeah.
I can't try to put my mind in thinking, what was she thinking? Because I have to get crazy first to be able to understand
For
what
you
she,
to even,
what-
first
yeah.
of all, break this dude out on your retirement
Right
day.
there, everything after that is lost. I can't relate to any form of thinking you're doing after that. So
Right.
I can't say that if she killed herself or somebody else. Already we know crazy people commit suicide.
Yes,
and
they
it's not,
do.
and it's not even crazy people. Somebody just hurt people sometimes.
But you
commit suicide.
know what they do to them COs when they go to jail, right?
Mhm.
So she probably couldn't take that. Plus she
That's
was
what I
older,
said, too.
and then on top of that too,
She was
you know,
56.
you have a wake up call.
But she would have
right?
knew that before she got this joker. Where she
That's what
where
I
she
was
think they
wondering,
going
like-
to?
She was gonna run with the pension.
where?
With the pension money,
and they
okay.
were gonna go to Biloxi.
You
They
right.
gonna go to the casino. Mississippi, yeah, they gonna go to the casino because that's a foreign area for us,
Yeah.
you know. And then we gonna go to the beach. I'm gonna put my feet
They'll
in the sand,
never see
Vic.
us here.
Right.
Vic, I'm gonna put my feet in the sand.
Let me use this ATM machine.
If we go down there to Louisiana, we can go
Right.
get us a 40 wide. And
Right.
I'll get you a truck case and you can cut yards down there and
Yeah.
it'll live good.
Right.
So that's what the mind process of somebody,
That's
because if you look at her,
crazy.
she looked like the Buc-ee's mascot with them teeth.
But what
Damn,
I
either that or the specs lady.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah, damn.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm
I
saying.
mean, you don't hit.
we don't have the ability to go into the mind of somebody that's thinking like that. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
So,
because what I'm thinking is how you get finessed by an inmate like that. Like, how they be falling in love with them. Like, what do you say? What are you saying?
We can ask the questions. We don't know. We can only ask that person.
But I'm gonna tell you
I'm
what
just trying to
happened.
say, like, what
You
are you
don't know
saying
what
to
happened.
this
I'm gonna tell you what
lady?
happened.
You can
Can I tell you what I
what you
what
think
I
happened.
thought
Right,
happened?
Yeah, okay,
she's
go ahead.
56.
Can I tell you what I thought happened?
Go
Okay,
ahead.
tell us what
All
you
right, now she walking the yard, right? They in the cell. She walking down the little aisle with a pen there. Now you know they say in jail that the inmates they pleasure themselves while they have a woman boss walk down the aisle. So he probably was pleasuring himself, and old Vicky she seen it. She said, "Who that young man over there?" and she seen him, and she was like, okay, she had to discipline him, but when she pulled him out, she saw what he had. She was like, you know what? It's a better way. And he probably told her, he say, you know, you look real good there, Vicky. You know, you got a thick, nice body. You've been working on that body, you're corn-free. You're corn-fed. Do your mama make you cornbread?
Right.
You eat chicken? You know, and stuff like that. And she probably brought him some hearts up there, you know.
And she probably looked down like, look at thy loins.
Yeah. She like,
Yeah.
look, he definitely got a motor scooter down there. I had to go and get the young man. The young man, he's good. I'm at the prime of my life. I beat menopause. I had a hysterectomy.
Nobody
nothing but up from here.
Nobody just understands him like I do.
Damn.
Case is a great old guy. Case he was stealing beer out the store and they gave him 5 years. So I know
He
he
should just had 3.5.
Why couldn't you just support him on her pension until he got out?
No,
Or like try to get him a lawyer or
Don't
something.
ask no questions. Stop asking questions. You trying to ask
Why
questions
would-
that's not no answers
She hadn't
to.
even got the money yet though. Like get him after
She
you
sold
get
her
the
house,
money.
though.
Yeah.
There ain't no
sold her
answer.
house.
She did. She sold
Yeah,
her house.
she sold
yeah.
her house.
Well, she had some plan, but it was just
She did.
diabolical though. It was-
Yeah, it was like world's
Biloxi-
dumbest criminals
The
plan.
Biloxi trip,
Well, you know.
they were gonna go to LaBerge out there, man.
LaBerge?
Yeah, LaBerge, and they was gonna go Golden Nugget. They had the best buffet they ever seen, and they were gonna go out there and eat crab legs and put their feet in the sand and play slots. Okay, and they were gonna drink them some Jameson.
Ah, not Jameson.
And some Jameson,
Jameson?
and some Lone Star beer, and they
there.
were gonna take them back to the room. They actually had a Garth Brooks concert down there. Garth Brooks-
Waiting on their ass, huh?
She already had reservations.
She had him a nice Stetson and had him some nice emu boots ready
there.
for him, and he was ready to go. And he said,
is
"Baby
nice.
Vicky, I love you, Vicky."
I just can't believe she destroyed her life
He
like
said,
this.
but she like, you can't be walking by no cameras though.
No,
Yeah.
56 years old. Like, why would you make a decision like that?
I ain't
Stop
never had a
asking
man
that
that
question.
loved me. I ain't never had a man that
There ain't
loved
no
me.
There's
No,
no
but it's
answer.
so common though how these corrections officers have relationship with inmates. I'm wondering like how does that
know what it is?
transpire
They finesse
with
them.
someone
that-
you can
it's-
be with?
It's
And
that,
it's that
it's that
mentality.
pickle.
You can't be with them though.
It's that pickle.
But you can't be with them.
You
They're
can't
just
in your
talking.
mind, but in your mind you think you can. Y'all can go to the Bahamas.
I know a female boss got pregnant in the penitentiary from a man.
See there.
She
It
got
happens.
pregnant,
It
you know,
happens.
and then and look, she lost everything, but still with the man. She loved that man.
Well, you know what? That's not so hard to believe because
Yeah.
during slavery, there was slaves that had kids.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so a prison, slave, a
That ain't
plantation.
Yeah.
What's too much different? You can't go when you want to go home. You can't go when you want to leave. You working.
Look at the pen pals.
What's the difference?
You see, pen pal, like check this out. Somebody told me, I don't know, I can't tell y'all who told me.
Who
But
told
they
you?
say they got a whole list of big white women that they rank in the penitentiary, and they tell them how beautiful they is and everything. That's why when they come home, you see them at Walmart with these big old gargantuan Danny DeVito penguin built
He
ones.
gonna blame it
Oswald
on
Lord.
prison.
Cobblepot. But they looking for shelter, love, and affection.
Yeah.
Shelter.
You're looking for just comfort and peace.
Yeah, shelter.
Anybody looking for peace? That's
This
all.
is
you know,
crazy.
man.
Poor
Man,
Vicky.
man, something.
No. Bucky's animals ain't Poe.
Oh Lord, I just can't believe she did that.
She complicit.
That was the craziest shit ever. Like he could have came up with a better plan than that. You the criminal. Where was his criminal mind?
He ain't got it.
Hold up now. Wait a minute. I know you just didn't say that. This man is
did.
this man is in prison. Any
Still,
plan
back
you
in prison.
any plan you come up
Damn.
with is better than the plan he got.
Yeah, but
because-
he's back there.
okay, but he wouldn't look. If you get out for 18
We gonna
hours,
go to Motel 41, Vic.
okay, if you 42 years old and you got 20 years.
He's not even 42.
Okay, how old is he? 20.
He's only 30.
38.
Yeah,
okay,
38.
30. How many years he got?
I don't know.
Okay, well, if he got 10 years, he'd be 42. If you got 10, you
He
looking
gonna
at
do
10
10.
years, or if you got 5, you're looking at 5 years, and the possibility of getting out is in front of you, and you getting some.
But look,
That's
You got
that's
to
hard.
come
That's
up with a
hard.
master plan because you know if
Well,
you escape and you get caught,
all
it's
I'm
gonna be
saying
extra
is,
time.
It
You
would
know
be,
that.
What I'm saying is, it would be more likable for him to take that offer than the offer that was created by her for her to do that. I mean, if you throw that offer on about, give me an example. You got 100 inmates, and you put that situation on 100 inmates, you gonna get more than one. Let's go buy. Okay,
Hell
then.
yeah, don't nobody want to be in there.
Okay.
But I have a good feeling he got caught going to the gas station to get Blue Rhino pills and some Pope brands.
Yeah.
And as soon as
Yeah.
the Blue Rhino bus, and he went there what they had to do, they
Yeah,
left.
and that's
And that's why she killed herself. She say, I ain't gonna ever get this dick again. And she just killed herself.
And it was a wrap, huh?
Yeah, she like, I
Oh
never
my
get this
God,
dick
y'all.
again.
Speaking of jail time and people catching cases, did y'all hear about what happened to rapper Young Thug?
Oh my God.
Man, I remember I put a show on for Young Thug probably about 5 years ago. Oh my
Young
God.
Thug going where he
Sad.
wanna be.
Young Thug, his real name is Jeffrey Williams, y'all. He is part of the YSLQ. He was hit with RICO charges. This was Monday, May 10th. Young Thug, among 28 other individuals, were arrested and were all hit with RICO. Everyone was indicted by a grand jury, and they stand accused of being part of a street gang, and also with fellow rapper Gunna. Among those who are charged, they say Young Thug is the founder of Slime Life, that was founded in Atlanta in 2012. YSL Records is just a front and merely a shell company for criminal activity, is what the feds are saying. They said his attorney is denying all and any charges at this time.
You want to talk on that first?
Yeah, I sure will.
Go ahead,
Cause look here, the lawyer said he would fight with every drop of blood in his body to free Young Thug.
Okay.
And you
Sound
know
right.
what? The lawyer a damn lie.
It sounds
Cause
good.
everybody in the world,
I almost had hope the way you came out with that.
everybody in the world know that man that self-incriminated his goddamn
Man,
self on
when the
every
feds
song.
come?
Yes, but
It's
that's a
a
state
wrap.
RICO. That's state RICO.
Okay,
Now,
okay.
I'm gonna give you a little context on it. So they
Help me
state
out.
RICO, man. The first one,
Break it down for us.
first one that had the state RICO was YFN and Lucci. YFN, Lucci, and Young Thug don't get along.
Okay.
They stopped getting along after Young Thug say he the new Tupac. YFN laughed at it.
Me too.
And it was one of their partners. It was a well-known dude in Atlanta that got killed. His name was Nut. They killed him, right?
Okay.
So that started the rift between both of them camps. YFN, Lucci, Young Thug, right?
Mhm.
So all of these things started happening where YFN, Lucci got his car shot up. Back in the day, you had Lil Wayne tour bus get shot up.
Okay.
Now, they already had caught the person that shot Lil Wayne tour bus. He was already connected to Young Thug. That was when Young Thug was sought out by Birdman to take over Cash Money because of the dispute that they had with Lil Wayne. So that dude, Roscoe, went to jail, right? Now, he was named in that same indictment. They brought that back up and put it on RICO charge. So the whole thing, Young Thug, they run around here, they talking about their big bloods, they argue with people on
That's what
social
they
media.
said, yeah.
They run around these cities because where they from in Atlanta, that's southeast Atlanta, that's Cleveland.
Okay.
Cleveland Ave.
Mhm.
That connect and take you to East Point. That's probably one of the most treacherous areas out there, right? So they run their ship that way, right? We always know these rappers, they get this money and they live in a lifestyle.
Mhm.
But unfortunately, what they living is true. I don't want to cast no bad
Right.
look or ill will toward them. I don't really know their story, but what I do know is that Young Thug, he wear fingernail polish and he wear dresses.
Yes, he does.
And he going somewhere
And
where
he
he
wears
is
an
gonna be beloved.
AK-47 to have to show him with a gun to an assault rifle.
Right.
With a wedding dress.
Right. Now he going somewhere where his eccentricness is gonna be beloved. So,
Ooh.
and he already saying that they got him in the dungeon. I guess it's the sex dungeon
Wow.
because they're gonna bust him up.
How you in the
Who
dungeon
am
that
I?
just got you? I thought you put a holding tank first.
Yeah, you be in the tank, but he in the
Damn.
kind of see what they saying is two things happen
Okay.
that called the RICO to get called out. Number one, They put an attempt on YFN Lucci life in jail. They tried to stab him. The person that tried to stab YFN Lucci got into a shootout with police. That's what got him in the county earlier this year. He shot at the police, hit the police, shot him 6 times on Cleveland Avenue.
Wow.
That just got put in the county?
Yeah,
Wow.
they put him in the county because, you know, when you shoot up the law or whatever, you still got to go to court.
Okay.
So this one of the YSL dudes did this. They got him in the county. When he in the county, YFN and them
Y'all
fighting
paying
their
attention?
case.
This is juicy.
YFN and them fighting their case with the RICO, the state RICO. They in the same county jail. They in Fulton County Jail, right? So apparently they see YFN, they go at him because they call back home. They ask Thug, hey, can we go knock him off?
Wow.
Right? So when they go do that, boom, that's what happened. The laws intercepted that call.
Okay.
Wow.
And then they put all of that in the RICO indictment. I ain't giving up no game that ain't already out there. That's public knowledge. That's in the record. They have probably about a 10-page document where they have 56 cases listed out
Well,
in all members.
This happens a lot.
Yes.
You can be touched in prison. This ain't nothing new. You can get touched in prison.
Yeah. So that's why I say, you know, the
And
young,
like you said, they incriminate
But-
themselves
but
with their
this
rap
is-
music, their
but see,
Instagram posts
this-
and stuff
and-
like that, huh? Just to
and-
try to
and
prove
DJ
a point.
Vlad.
Yeah.
Don't ever go on DJ Vlad. I posted a young man on my page. Hey man, his name is MPA Pee Wee Longway. Shout out to Pee Wee Longway. Pee Wee Longway was on Vlad, and he used the Ravens defense. Every time Vlad asked him a question, he acted stupid. He didn't
said
know
the
nothing.
rapist.
He did the Ray Lewis on him.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So
If you're gonna be in there, you better have some type of plan, something to follow.
Man.
It's just crazy how these brothers is losing their lives and just throwing their life away as soon as they get a little bit of pay.
And in what community do you see this happening in? I mean, just think about this right here. Think of any other music genre. Where is there beef at that people are dying?
Yeah.
I mean, it's
It's been
rap.
rap from the beginning of, banging on wax.
Whether it's
That's
East
where it all
Coast,
started
West
from.
Coast,
You know what
we
I'm saying? It
can-
was supposed to be keeping them from killing
we-
each other and fighting each other with lyrics.
My point is, we continue.
And
to
now
find-
it's going backwards, and it's like we fight each other with lyrics, but now we're in our feelings because you say something that hurt,
No,
that
I'm
made me
looking at
feel bad. Now I gotta do something.
But I'm looking at the bigger problem is that we
Yeah.
continue to find ways to separate ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
You know, East Coast, West Coast, light skin, dark skin.
Yeah,
It's
Crips,
just
Bloods,
no
yeah.
Crips, Blood. I mean, so it's just another way of us separating, and we are dying. We don't
Yeah.
see this in. Think about it. Okay, have you seen some some white artists, singers that got beef where somebody's dying?
Mm-mm. But I know white
Every time
folks
you
been
go on
killing
World
each
Star
other.
Hip Hop,
They've
you
been
find out
killing each
another
other
rapper.
over insurance policies since the beginning of time. They've been having
They got-
white
that's
on
different.
white crime.
That's different. They do, but we understand it though. But we are killing ourselves on way more far level than that.
Okay, now I need statistics. Cause I watch a lot of
So
investigation
you don't think that's true?
discovery, and I see these people.
You
white
don't think- when you
folks
cut the
killing
news
the
on,
hell
what
out
do
of
you
each
see?
other.
Okay,
That's
all
what
right.
the news is showing us. That's what they
Okay.
want us to
But,
see.
okay, well, name me.
You know what I'm saying?
Name me a recording
But
artist.
I'm looking at
Give me a
well,
recording
not a
artist.
recording artist.
All right,
I'm
then.
just saying regular people.
Regular
They
people
don't have to be
too.
recording artists.
Okay, well, look at the prison population.
But they kill just as much as
Look at
we
them.
do.
No,
they
they
just don't
don't.
publicize it. Yes,
They do. But what I'm saying
And
is,
they cold with it. They killing family, husbands, burning down houses for boyfriends, acting like they been kidnapped, running on bare feet. Remember that lady
Yeah.
who act like she? They do that same shit. I'm telling you, ours just get more
I'm
publicized.
not saying that they don't, but if you're gonna just say everybody does and it's equal. all
I
right,
didn't
right.
say that.
Okay, so we got to understand that there's a bigger problem in our community than they have.
We know that.
Okay,
That's
so,
been
okay.
going
I just
on
want to
for
make sure you
decades.
weren't trying to just
I mean,
like
the
okay,
bigger problems
all right,
been
all
going
right.
on since we've been
So that's
born.
what we gotta address. That's what we gotta address.
We know
if we
that
don't
already.
address that, then it's gonna keep happening. We're gonna complain. More black mamas going to more funerals, and you
That's
know.
old news.
Okay, and
What we
it's
gonna do
gonna
about
be
it
it's
now?
gonna be that's where I'm going. That's what I'm looking at. Instead of just saying they do it. Yeah,
No, but I'm just saying it's not
not
just
to the
us,
same
though.
scale. Not to the same scale.
It's not
There's
just
not
us.
that much tension amongst them. I mean,
We can't say that because we ain't
it
giving you
is
no
because
facts.
you know
ain't
you
giving
know why
no
they you know why they
no
fight.
numbers.
But you know why they take because they've taken over ownership of property, countries. What country have we taken
Yeah,
over?
with their husband's life insurance.
Okay, okay, see, that little small shit like that, a divorce, now who gonna get the money most of the
That's what they
time?
doing.
Yeah, that's small shit compared to big scale shit. Who's taking over countries?
But if I can interject, this is what I'll say. This was the proliferation of all this. When Tupac and Biggie had their issue, what happened? The corporation saw this as an economic
Stepped in.
gain.
Yes.
And they kept feeding them beats.
Exploited it.
They was like, look, hey, y'all keep doing these antics.
We
Now,
don't give a damn.
when they didn't understand they had street things that was in play, like they had real gangsters involved. And when both of them brothers died, they also saw that it was valuable at that point because they masters keep selling, they likeness keep selling. So they want that type of drama. They want that type of drama when you start, then after that, they start letting them go to jail. Because they say, okay, Tupac went to jail, he was #1 with Me Against the World. So people will still buy their album if they in jail. Let's get them on the foolery. Let them do whatever they want to do. Let them kill themselves because they want them to be monkeys and fools.
There's
They
money
say-
in chaos.
Yeah, they say, okay, all we got to do now, we got a new crop of Negro.
We throw it out there, we can step back. They gonna run with it. We gonna let it get out there. Now we gonna just sit back and watch it explode.
We got a new crop of Negro. We gonna give them the MDMA. We're gonna give them the meth. We're gonna give them some syrup. We're gonna give them the highest grade of weed. We're gonna give them submachine guns.
Something
we're
to
gonna
let
give
them,
them
something to
AR-15.
let them
Self-destruct.
be that too.
Basically,
But also
yeah.
whatever conditions we putting on them to help them cope with it,
Right.
make them peaceful and thinking that okay, this was the plan. Just be passive and that's what it is.
And the biggest crime that takes place when they do that, number one, is probably about three things. The first one is you rob an entire generation because generations are impressionable. If you look at it, I come up under the Biggie Tupac era. So it was a whole bunch of us. We was players. We liked their music. We was cool, but most of the people in my generation was in the streets, right? So they started going to jail. Then they had children.
Generation before you too.
Right. And then right under that, you got the ones now that into the Young Thug, that's into this young boy that just died, Lil Keed, who was on Young Thug label.
But more and more of them are growing up with no dads around.
Right. So that's they role model. That's they guidance, they mentorship. They listen to these things, and
that's done by design.
And I'm gonna tell you, when a young girl see a young boy, they put that pressure on them. They say, okay, well, why you ain't got no Balenciagas? Well, why you ain't got no pains like this? Why you ain't got no Giron? Why you ain't walking around like this? Here, I like
car,
him.
yeah.
I don't want the Russell Wilson. I want Future.
Yeah, so I gotta get that.
Right. So all of these things that play, guess what? And you know the spirit of a man. If you give him an objective, if it's wrong, good, or indifferent, he gonna push toward that. And he gonna give it all he got. He gonna go overboard with it. So that's what you're seeing right now. Is the what I would call it? It's a demasculation, but it's an overtone with over masculine action. Because they think they being macho by what they doing, but what they really doing is looking soft as hell.
Yeah, but this Thug got on wedding dress though.
It's unsubconscious.
But Kendall, they also dressing our men up as
Yes.
they're making that acceptable at the same time.
And
you know what I'm saying? Like you demasculating the man physically, emotionally, mentally, like all the way around.
Yes.
Also,
and then putting them in prison. So we don't have no man is free here for us. And then on top of that, we demasculating them because we making them appear to be feminine on the outside when that's supposed to be our role.
But there's success with that also.
Yeah.
So some people some of these men look at, well, damn, that might be the angle for me to make my way.
Yeah.
And then I have a bigger voice if I got this money because I can generate shit and do. So that's.
To me, it's all part of the plan, though. It's all part of the master
Money has
plan.
always been something to separate. It's been used to separate it. I mean, there's always corruption where there's money involved. I don't care if it's sports, politics, religion,
right?
Whatever you name, if you got money involved and power involved, you're gonna have corruption. This is consistent with anything.
And it's depopulation as a depopulation aspect too, because guess what? If there's not any black male and there's a lot of black women out here, guess what? Y'all not gonna be able to procreate.
Right.
And what you see now,
all of our kids are mixed now. Everybody's half this and half
the
that.
advent of advertisement, they showing the multiracial families.
They are. They are. And guess what? Are you noticing that it's always a black woman with a white man in those situations?
Well, let me ask you a question.
It used to be like a brother with a white girl, but now it's the black woman with the white husband.
I'm gonna ask you a question, my own.
Yeah.
If 41 states have more women than men, and there are 6 million more women in this country than men, and then I know every woman has a list of criteria of what they want in a man. That's gonna cut it down even more. You know, you probably gotta be a Christian. You gotta be hopefully good looking. Can
Everything on your little checklist,
all
right?
yeah. By the time you check all these motherfuckers off, who is left?
Jesus. Amen. Hallelujah. That's the only man that I
but check this out.
Hallelujah.
But check this out.
Yeah, but still. Yeah.
Jesus never married, right? From what we know.
So what they say?
Ken say he didn't marry, she never married.
Look, Mary Magdalene.
But okay,
That's all I'm
let's just say, okay, but let's say that he did marry. He didn't have sex while he was here. As a man, and if you were praying for help in your relationship, do you think Jesus could feel sorry for you? You know, Jesus like, look here, I was here for 33 years.
I ain't got nothing.
I ain't got nothing. Y'all just getting some.
Yeah, AC Green.
Y'all gonna have to figure that. Y'all gonna have to figure that out on your own. I can't help you with that.
Right.
I done shed blood, but you know what? You gonna shed some too.
But like you were.
Hold on. You gonna shed some too in about 2 months, cause you gonna come in the house about 3:30, and she gonna stab your ass.
But no, AC Green made it. Look, let me tell you, AC Green, he used to play for the Lakers, had the dry Jerry
I
Curl,
remember
looked like Chewbacca.
Yeah. Hey,
Ugly,
he played like 600 straight games. He
Yes.
didn't miss a game. He was
600?
Yes, he didn't miss a game.
And he had a build-up.
He was super strong.
He was using semen build-up. You know, that's a practice.
If he would hit, he should have been a boxer. He said if he would have been a boxer, he would knock any
So
motherfucker out of each
sustaining
other.
could give you energy?
Yes, it